back to The Breakfast Show. It is time for us to welcome one of Melbourne's greatest icons, a funny man we like to call the Moon Man. Here to talk about state politics and all things ridiculous, it is Lawrence Mooney. How are you, Lawrence?
I'm very well, Emma, and I've got to say I thought you did very well on the big questions last night on another small community TV station
Also
over there in
known as
Richmond.
Channel 9.
Channel 9. Did you watch yourself?
I watched myself like this.
Yeah.
But I thought you were good. So
Thank you very
I
much.
feel it's a bit Oprah now, isn't it? That we're being mutual. I thought you could have been better.
Yeah.
There you go. How's that?
If you had a
Turn that
couch,
ship around.
I'd jump
Yeah.
up on it right now.
But you had
And
the easy one, the folding.
Yeah.
Folding's... It's,
Folding and scrunching, I actually thought quite racy
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
commercial television. Too many poo jokes.
Poo
I was a
jokes.
bit put off in the end.
Really?
I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, you don't want to talk about that sort of thing.
No.
Someone
You know,
gave me some
south
good
of the border.
advice as I walked out. They said, just don't get too visual. So the first thing I did was reenacted me sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
For which I got a phone call from my parents who said, oh, darling, well done. So proud.
Wow.
And I
Right, of
said,
course they
"That's
would
what
be."
private school
Yeah.
education paid for. You should be proud.
But as a parent, I've got to say, you know, when your child does a poo or a wee, you are very proud. And that obviously never ends.
Never goes away.
Obviously
And
not.
do your parents come around to your place and go, can we see?
Well done.
Can we have a look?
Have you eaten all your lunch?
Yeah.
You made putty. You made putty.
Yeah.
That's making me feel really awkward.
I remember as a child, there was a crack in my potty and there ended up a bit of wee on the floor. I knew there was a crack, but my mum would tell me off and there was a bit of a rift for a while.
Wow.
And I said, there's a crack in that. And she saw it and, yeah, if you're watching, Mum, thanks.
And that was just last week.
Yeah, that was last week.
hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Proud of
I
you.
sat down on it last week. It shattered. I've got to get a new potty.
Yeah, you should. So, have you decided who you're going to vote for?
In the
Brexit
state election,
or Values
because
or Greens?
and because I'm a member of the Labor Party and have been a paid-up card-carrying member of the Labor Party for nearly a decade, I'm told who I have to vote for.
I didn't know
Alright.
this about you.
Yeah, if I publicly made a statement today and said, I'm not voting for the Labor Party, I'm going to vote Greens as a protest for certain things that happened, I could feasibly be suspended or expelled from the party.
Isn't that against what the actual whole process is about?
Hello, Adam.
Boom.
Absolutely. Shouldn't we have a choice? Can't I be a part of the
Yeah.
party, a member of the party, therefore loving the institution but not agreeing with everything the institution does and being able to vote on my own conscience? No.
Is
You've got to vote along party lines.
Yeah, is Ted Bailey going to kick out his mother-in-law because she's going to vote for Labor?
Yes, Joan Jubb is the jubster.
She's vocal about it too.
Yeah.
She's become the big story of the state election so far.
she?
She must be so disappointed with her children, both marrying prominent Liberals.
Well, see,
That's
Joan
right.
Jubb's got the poster up in the front garden.
Yeah.
But of course, she would be happy that her daughter married Ted. Oh, he's from a good family,
Yeah,
take the
yeah.
money, but still vote Labor, Joan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She's
right.
sitting on the fence, isn't she? Christmas
Absolutely.
in their house must be very interesting because the mother-in-law has that power thing anyway. And so Ted walk in like, oh, hi, how you going? Yeah, no, work's been all right. Would have appreciated your vote, but don't worry, it's okay. Can you pass the gravy?
She'd love Big Ted.
Right,
We all
okay.
love Big Ted. In fact, I'd prefer to vote for Big Ted
Would
from
you?
play school
Oh, yeah.
than Ted Bailey, because I think Big Ted's got more to say.
Do you know Big Ted came on this show last week and he brought with him camera crews from every other network and we made it into the, we were on the Channel 7 news, but we made it into the newspaper where they said, and Ted Bailey spoke to uni students at Channel 31, which was the best compliment we could have ever been paid because
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
think they would let us back in there even as
No.
mature age students.
No.
Big Ted
Well,
spoke
yeah.
to young people. You
right.
should have dressed it up as the set of Play School and had the round window and said, OK, Big Ted, and just sat him up. You could have dressed up as Jemima.
Well, I tried to make him a little jumper out of a paper bag, but he wouldn't have a bar of it. Yeah.
That would have been great to make a car out of paper plates. Oh, look, Big
at
Ted. He just would have been, what's going
I
on?
can see you doing play school. Have you ever done it? Or
I've
you'd
never done
love
it.
to do it?
Apparently,
You would do
the audition is very rigorous.
Oh, right.
Because it's all taped in real time. They don't stop and let's re-edit. They
No.
just all do it in real time. But you've got to be able to sing and dance and play the piano and also, I think, have a previously quite high profile, which,
Oh, come on, postcards.
Postcards is
Channel
only...
31's Breakfast Show.
That might tip me over the
Look at
edge.
you go.
I'll be calling the people at Postcards today saying, yeah, I was on Channel 31 They'll say, "Can you play piano?" No,
That's it.
and I can't sing.
But you also need to be
The
able.
wheels on the bus go round and round, round and
That
round.
sounds perfect.
That's pretty much all they do anyway. They
Yeah.
just kind of talk
Yeah.
it.
talk slightly longer. That's
Yeah.
all they do. They, they don't. There's not high five. They're just kind of like in tune.
It's
Talking.
just longer talking, yeah.
But they've got great
I was
ways.
with you,
Yeah, like-
and then I got with you.
Yeah, they just open the valve
They-
a little.
They're good at pipe cleaners.
Pipe cleaners, straws, cardboard boxes. I've made a lot of stuff from play school, having a daughter, watching it twice a day. She used to do the morning session at, I think, 8:30 or 9 o'clock, then the afternoon session as well. But they do a great thing on play school, which I still do with Lily, and when they finish the story at bedtime, it's a beautiful thing. You go, and that's all we've got time for today. Good night, sweetheart. And she
I love that.
And I think that if you're speaking to someone and you want to wind them up, and that's all I've got time for today. Just whisper it, and people will just kind of go to sleep. They'll just.
I don't know what's happening. I remember her.
I can
That's all we've got time for today.
in later life, even, everyone watched Play School, and in later life, anyone, even if you turn to a life of crime and stuff, you can imagine burglars standing out the front of a house going, should we go through the round window or the arch window?
Yeah. Well, the VCR's through the round window, so come on, man. And that's all I've got time for today.
So,
I actually saw Simon Berg coming out of a bottle shop on Oxford Street in Sydney, and he looked pretty smashed. And I said, Simon, and he just like had the bottles. He goes, yeah. I said, my daughter loves you. When you come on Play School, she goes, Simon, and he said, that's great.
I'm happy brown bag right now.
Please don't tell me about Play School.
No.
I want to get trashed with my friends.
Now that we just have to quickly wrap this segment up, in a nutshell, you'll be voting for the Labor Party. Because I prefaced this by saying we're talking about politics. We haven't even touched on it.
Right.
But,
Well,
you're voting.
the standing member in the seat that I'm still signed on to is Janice Munt, and with a surname like that, how couldn't you, Munty?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Janice
Don't-
Munt,
yeah.
you're a dead cert.
Yeah.
But I love
Yeah.
one of the Liberal candidates, Helen Shardy. Yeah.
How could you not be? She must have changed
Helen
her name.
Shardy. Helen. Yeah, she's standing against Bobby Homebrew. Pow! I had to tell one joke.
That's lovely. Thank you very much for coming in, Lawrence.
Lovely to be in
We
here.
couldn't have spent more time together this week, even if we'd tried.